yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Believe our hopes are to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to WUB. And all the things that will feel happen and dark and blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WUB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so we no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WUB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Believe our hopes are to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that will feel happen and dark and blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WUB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize.
Good morning, Belize. Welcome to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's Wednesday, the 1st of April, 2026. I'm Mose Hyde. We there again, starting your day. We want to welcome you, Creme Radio, XTV. We love when you are here on time, ready to go. We love that. We want to welcome each and every one of you, whether you're listening to Creme Radio, watching XTV, got our apps on your device, or you're lined up on the streaming social media platforms. We also are available to those via simulcast coverage. We want to welcome you. Hope your morning is blessed with excellent health. Your energy level is high, your vibration is positive, and that you're there. Your morning is spacious, flexible, and we can expect you to join us when we have completed the preliminaries. That includes a quick scan of the top stories making the news this morning. But before we do that, we got your weather forecast. Well, we got the weather forecast from the people who have done the weather forecast, the good people at the National Meteorological Service. They tell us what kind of weather we can expect today. We've got forecaster Catherine Kamabach.
Good morning, Belize. A moderate easterly airflow prevailing and the moisture continues to decrease over our area. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for sunny skies today with a few cloudy spells, and high temperatures today are expected to reach 85 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, to 89 inland and 78 over the mountains. Tonight, the skies will be partly cloudy with low temperatures of 76 degrees Fahrenheit along coastal areas, to 70 inland and 64 in the higher elevation. Showers or thunderstorms will be isolated except for a few more along the south coast late at night and early morning. The wind will blow from the east at 10 to 20 knots and the sea state will be choppy. A high tide will occur at 9:30 a.m., a low at 4:06 p.m., another high at 10:12 p.m., and a low at 4:06 in the morning. The sun will rise at 5:47 a.m. and set at 5 minutes past 6 today. The moon will set at 5:21 this morning and rise at 5:57 in the evening. The outlook for Thursday and Thursday night is for generally fair weather to prevail with only isolated showers, except for the north coast where a few more can be expected. In the sargassum forecast, there is a medium chance that more mats will drift ashore during the next few days, impacting coastal destinations across Belize. And in the fire forecast, the risk for forest and brush fires will continue to be moderate over Northern District and low elsewhere for the next 24 hours. And that concludes your morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
And now some news. Members of the newly formed Belize Energy Workers for Justice gathered for a press conference yesterday to inform the nation about their move to secure severance payments and related interest from their former employer, Belize Electricity Limited, formerly the Belize Electricity Board. The group comprises about 150 members, but they say many more would be owed severance going back decades. Della Stain, the first General Secretary of the Belize Energy Workers Union, is the main spokesperson, and she narrated that when Fortis became involved in 1999, they already had a collective bargaining agreement, but rather than paying them off, she says BL introduced a pension scheme. Stain says the company placed a clause in the pension agreement that contravenes the November 2025 Caribbean Court of Justice ruling on severance.
It's number 17. Treatment of employers, payment on termination of employment. Notwithstanding any rules of the pension plan, where member retires from or is terminated or resigns from service having been employed for such period as would qualify, the said member for severance pay, under the Labour Act or any amendment or reenactment thereof, or under the collective agreement or otherwise, then any monies received from the plan representing the employer's contribution to the plan shall be deemed to be paid to account of severance pay entitlements. The sum so paid shall be deemed to be in lieu of part of his pensions and of benefits under the pension plan. Guys, if you summarize this, that is exactly what the CCJ rule that you should not do. Those guys just, let me say a word for Talawala the thing, mix up the two things and mix pension and severance.
And we call upon our elected officials as well to speak with these people and to address them in formal letters, that they may have something solid, something that they can see, something that they can read, just in case there is a problem with their listening ability. Maybe they are better off as readers. And so put something in black and white, mandating them to do what is right.
I'm asking these people to please take some consideration on myself and other employees. I sit around the table with pain and suffering. I'm begging you to do workers' right.
The BEWJ stated that BEL acknowledged receipt of their February 23rd letter on February 27th, stating a response would be provided by mid-March. Then on March 10th, a representative told them they needed additional time. On March 16th, the company said they would provide a response on around April 20th. The group is seeking legal guidance. BEL in a release said it is not ignoring the severance claims and noted that an internal review stretching back to 1988 shows the company has paid severance in accordance with the law and in many cases beyond what the law requires, paying as many as 4 weeks rather than 1 per year of service before 2011. It added that since 2007, severance has been explicitly built into its pension plan. According to BEL, it is responding to former employees individually. The Belize Bus Association held a press conference Tuesday to demand fair treatment from the Ministry of Transport, citing the recent spike in diesel prices and the looming threat of further fuel hikes. President of the BBA, Philip Jones, referenced their March 30th letter to Honorable Dr. Louis Zabane, requesting that the government grant concessions or a bus fare increase. The concessions could be in the form of GST waivers for fuel and tax bus parts or reinstating the fuel subsidy that was in place during the pandemic. However, Jones said they would rather not increase fares.
Fuel prices is a serious concern for all the operators at this time, and we have wrote the Department of Transport and the Minister asking for three assistance. One being remove the GST from the fuel for all bus operators, remove the tax from parts or battery. The second request was we can reinstate the subsidy that was initiated in the time of COVID. Or three, adjustment and raise in increase of fares in fuel. So we just wrote the minister yesterday, so we'll give them time to respond to us. And from there, I will meet with my executive and the members, and then we'll plan our next course of action. What my colleague mentioned, we don't want to raise the fare. But at this point in time, we sent the letter. We are expecting that they reach out back to us in the week. If not, then we'll have to send a second letter with a deadline. And then from there, we will speak back to the members, and then we'll plan our next course of action. But we are given the letter due process. We know we have just sent out the letter yesterday in fairness. I personally feel in good conscience that they will reach out to us before the end of the week, for it's a short week. And from there, based on that discussion we have with the Department of Transport and the Minister, then we'll meet with our members and we'll take our next steps. But we're hoping that out of the 3 pointers we have raised, that they either meet the first two, because we are aware that the Belizean people have already been taking a lick, and we don't want to further impose that lick.
BBA member Froilan Gilharry said the structure of the industry also needs to change to make it easier for bus operators to modernize their fleet, as short-term permits make it difficult to obtain bank loans.
The structure has to do, one, with long-term permits. It has to do with finance, development concessions given to the association, whereby we can get better incentives in taxes, and whereby the buses, then we can bring them in new. An average bus, brand new, like a school bus, runs about $150,000 on the lower side. The ones with the air condition and so forth runs about $200 and something thousand. It all depends how much comfort. It is, you can start like from a basic car to air ride, reclining this, that, all the different perks. So if you have to pay even a 12% on $200,000, you're already looking at about $25,000. But it's not that. It is much more than that. The customs regulation states that it's stamp duty, tax, the normal tax that they charge you, so you end up paying like 35%.
All our members here, we want only to provide the highest quality service, better equipment, but it's very difficult and challenging to get a 3 months permit and go to the bank and acquire a loan, a 1 year permit and acquire a loan. And then the system is need a complete overhaul because the banking system don't have confidence in the transportation system, to be honest with you. And who is to blame for that? But we are not here to cast blame or anything. We are here looking for a solution so we do not put the burden on the Belizean public.
When asked why GOB should assist the independent owners when they opted not to join the national bus company and receive benefits, Gil Harris said they had concerns about the manner in which it was introduced.
We're requesting then is to make certain that the same benefits others have, which is other owners or PPP, is also given to the individuals. Why it is much more than disingenuous? Because if you're telling me that you're giving to this man privileges of this and this, and you're saying to this person, no, you choose to be independent. Yes, we choose to be independent. But we serve the general public. And the general public is the one that pays the taxes that you are using. So all we're not asking for him to give us something for free. Give us the same opportunity that you are giving the other one. So it's a bit, even really, the picture is totally, to me, incomprehensible. Maybe to other people it's comprehensible. Because we're not saying for them not to do what they need to do. But we're saying we can provide affordable transportation, good transportation, with track record to our banks that we have paid it. Let me ask you a question. If this PPP fails, who will pay it?
Taxpayers for sure.
Okay. And what are we asking from the government? Taxpayers' assistance. And if you want the individual bus owners to have new buses and everything, give us the same opportunity. There's nothing crazy about asking for something that you're already giving. Because this is not going to affect the individual bus owners. This price increase, it doesn't matter who is running buses. It doesn't matter which color running buses. You will have to pay for the fuel prices. It will affect you. The difference of it is who will end up paying the bill.
Jones does consider that because the government is involved with the NBC, they would be reluctant to assist the independent owners. Still, he's confident they will receive a favorable response. He did admit that without some kind of relief, bus owners may soon be unable to afford continued operation.
I believe so. I believe if the NBC wasn't here, we would have been doing the same position. But bear in mind now, the NBC, they will not show any weakness or any sign of failure. They want to make sure that, in another word, for lack of a better word, we take a lick. And at the end of the day, in good business principle, you're in a business to make money, not to lose money. And we're in a position right now with the high cost of fuel that we are now losing money and we can't continue to lose money. So I don't know how long the members can hold out, but this is an urgent matter and the minister needs to address this matter urgently. We're looking at weekend.
Given the high season, this is commuting high season, Easter weekend, a lot of people in movement, travel and so on. What is the urgency to have this addressed post-haste?
Well, the urgency is extremely urgent because then if we don't get some sort of relief, I don't think the members could continue to operate.
During their press conference, the leadership of the Belize Bus Association kept repeating that they would not want to increase bus fares. However, when pressed, BBA President Philip Jones admitted that if push comes to shove, they may seek an increase of $1 or $2 depending on the distance of the run. If implemented, Jones warned that the cost could increase further if the cost of fuel continues to rise.
We were negotiating with the government prior to this, former minister, and prior to this we were looking for $2 a long drop and $1 for short drop. So in other words, if short drop would have been $2, it would have been $3 now. And if a long drop to Belmopan would have been 7 or 8, it would have been 9 or 10 now. So if that answers your question.
That's a significant increase for the commuter.
That is, hence the reason that we need to meet with the Department of Transport and we go through everything and then we come up with a standard figure. So it will be premature to say that at this moment, but that is what we're looking at more or less, depending if the fuel is between $12 and $13.
BBA members are also calling for an adjustment to the price structure. As Jones explained, the price per mile is more expensive for southern runs when compared to the runs in the north and west.
Now we have three different zones. We have the northern zone, we have the western zone, and we have the southern zone. Now the northern zone per mile is like 13 to 14 cents. The western zone is similar, and the southern zone is 18 to about 19 cents. So there's a disparity there. So we can offset the burden on the commuters if the government would structure the price structure properly, because you're looking from 1974. Back in when I started with Batties and Novellas, fuel was at $3.50 a gallon compared to now. And there was only two small increase in mileage. I think it was at 12 cents and then it went to 14 cents. Right? So you can see the trend there, and what my colleague mentioned, that they need a proper overhaul with the price structure.
Belize Communication Workers for Justice spokesperson Emily Turner was present for the press conference held by the Belize Energy Workers for Justice. Turner provided an update on their own demand for severance from Belize Media Limited. She noted that they are aware that an estimated 25 former employees have gone into the company based on its announcement that it is paying severance at 6% interest, but only from the date of the Caribbean Court of Justice ruling. She questioned the company's calculations in some instances.
Publicly, we have seen that BTL has been sending these requests to invite employees to come into them and claim the severance. The date that they have sent is that they are paying interest from November 5th, 2025. We have already put to the public that that amount of interest is significantly lower than if you are paid an interest since you left the company. And I think we have explained in many ways that when you left, your severance should have been paid, and that interest then would have to be rolling over since you left. What we have learned is that a lot of people that are going in for the money are being short, BTL is calculating it as they see it fit. They are being paid on contracts that they took after they have served. So for example, let's say I work for 25 years and then they gave me a contract with significantly less amount of money. Like let's say I got a contract that was $10,000 or $20,000, but when I was there, my salary was $40,000. Then what BTL has done is BTL is paying the severance based on the amount of the contract period. So a lot of people are getting chance out of what their severance rights is all about. So although they put out this notice and tell people, come in, come get the money, we prepared for pay, it's all kinds of mischievous acts that is being done. And when you go and you deal with BTL as an individual, they take advantage. I have those letters. I have people that may have worked for 28 years and they got $4,000, and this is a real fact.
In cases like those, though, Emily, does it mean that they still have the opportunity for redress, or they have to take that?
What I'm asking them is for them to check what is it that they sign when they receive this, and to bring the breakdown. We will try to see if we can help them. We will also seek legal advice to see if we can help them to get what is the correct amount.
Turner also said BTL is indicating that they don't have records for some employees. She informed that they are preparing to take the matter to court. She believes BTL is rushing to settle the severance matter to clear the path for the SpeedNet acquisition.
I think it's twofold. It's to pay less in interest and to move us out of the way for the acquisition, because the acquisition is a topic that is very gonna be heated, because as you guys know, the PUC's put out a consultative process to give questions and so forth. We are reviewing it as well. I saw that the PUC has a good solid list of questions that they have submitted to BTL. I wish they would publish the responses. The responses.
They're not supposed or obligated to write.
What to respond?
To publish the responses.
I'm not sure, but That's the approach. I need to understand. But they cover a very comprehensive list of questions that I think I don't want to be repeating what they've already said. And I think for me it would be like asking that same question: are you going to publish the responses? But what happens? The time they gave VTL to respond and the time they give us to respond, I think is a similar date. So like if it's April 13th, like VTL needs to respond then, we need to respond. So how are we going to see the response before we submit our questions, right? Because if VTL responds vaguely, then... So it's just the timing of it. I have a little question, but anyways, in my opinion, in my mind, it's one to get the employees out of as much of the interest payment that they can, and the other is to get us out of the way for the acquisition, because the acquisition looks bad when you still have an outstanding debt with your former employees.
And that ends our morning news update. We'll take a break now and come back and open the conversation right here on Creme Radio and on XTV.
Informative, accurate, current information. Crem's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
Oh gosh, I'm say the fretting up of me here are flexing. I'm say the frowning up on me here is wearing. Whoa.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
All right, welcome back. This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, Wednesday morning, the first day of April 2026. We are glad you've joined us this morning to start your day. Of course, you know this is all about our conversation. We've got somebody where to use my cell, so good morning. Good morning.
Yes, sir. You hearing me?
Yes. What's going on with you, the great Matthew Smiling, aka 86?
Why, direct, yeah?
AKA meets. What's up?
You could drop the great. The AKA meets 86 good, but the great no good.
Yes. It's cross country season. It's good to hear from you. We have a lot of miles between you and I, bro.
Yeah. And sometimes I think back on anything there and I reminisce to myself about some of the incidents on the road. And sometimes I wonder if why Creme is being persecuted is because of me.
Think so?
Huh?
You think so?
Boy, I wonder.
I would have you as one of the suspects. Yes, I don't know if you're the only suspect. But
I think I'm the main culprit.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been hearing myself and Palas for the past couple of mornings this week. We kind of like been previewing the race, but also looking at some progress that has been made. We're having our difficulties with the federation. I don't know how much of it you know. It's Wednesday morning, and to be honest with you, we don't know that we will be covering the race on Saturday, but it would be a first for us since we started doing the race sometime around I believe 1990. So it would be a first for us.
I get a lot of info from my good friend, our good friend, Bissett.
Okay. So
I got good understanding of what been happening concerning races. Mm-hmm. If you remember cross country, it was around mile 36 or 37 when they were live streaming, and they came up and told us, the commissaire vehicle came up and told us, get out the way because we are interrupting their live streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And I dropped my window and I said, what wrong with you guys? We are here doing a job. We don't worry about you on your live streaming. But that was the start of what is happening now.
Yeah.
And over the years, I have stressed this because every time they put out their live stream, I go check. I mean, I know I've gone to school for that thing. I'm not really into a lot of social media. But I know whether likes are views. And the maximum they have ever gotten are close to 2,000. And so I am saying to them from ever since, you are comparing your views and likes on Facebook or social media, which has never passed 2,000. Compare it to both major radio stations in a country that has over 400,000 listeners. That's what you comparing your live stream to? Yeah. I said, no, man, there must be a better way for doing that.
Yeah. I don't really, how would I put it, before I even deal with that, and I understand your position, and I understand, for us, it's a very delicate thing because we have great regard and we have tremendous love for the tradition of the cross country. We know its value. We know its. We think it has become one of our most iconic cultural heritage events, and we would never want in any way to smear that, to distract from that, to take away from it, take away from what riders have to put themselves through to be prepared to participate in the event. And one of the things we have done in consecutive days, Matthew, is that we have given our maximum applause and respect to what we feel is significant progress made. We believe that the performance a couple Sundays ago by Team Belize and Jaiven Gonzalez's 8th place
no doubt
is one of the greatest achievements in sports. And so while I think we've all, especially the media, we have collectively failed to give that its proper due. And we have failed to give proper due to Derek Chavarria's presence right now riding on a big time team out of China and riding races in Turkey and riding against Europeans. It's like that's a significant move forward. And so we feel that a number of our riders.
Mose, can I stick something right there when you talk about Chavarria?
Yeah.
And I believe, yes, I still believe there's not enough credit and props and big up to Chavarria's father. Because Justin was the one standing on the side of the road at speed bumps soliciting funds for his kids.
Yeah.
The one right now was the baby. He never even get my bike yet. It was the older one and the daughter first. That was when he was doing the soliciting.
Yeah.
But Baby Chab was there with him.
So
my thing is that I think
let me just finish though.
Okay, go ahead.
We've always said that one of the ways that, or two of the ways that we can become more competitive against heavyweights that come here is that one, we have to get the development, but we also have to get our riders competing in regional races. And I feel over the past couple of years there has been a very intentional effort to do that. And secondly, I feel that also we have also lamented the insufficient racing leading up to the cross country, and there's also been an attention given to that. I say that, Matthew, to say that while we are very comfortable in being critical, we try our best not to be unfair or to be uninformed. You have to recognize when things are turning in a better direction, and I am absolutely convinced that it has been and that it is. Does it mean that we have the number of high caliber competitive riders to deal with what will happen on Holy Saturday? I think the maths is still against us, but we are making improvements. I am not saying here that I know that a Belizean is going to win on Saturday. On the matter of our participation as a media team, I think we are right now very very disappointed in two things. One is that we were not told what are the terms of our participation until yesterday afternoon. That is unacceptable and disappointing. I think for any media house that wanted to do the coverage of the race, they will tell you that really it's really constraining when you don't know for you to be able to prepare, and it's because they basically put us on a waiting holding pattern while they were trying to negotiate an exclusive rights deal with another entity, which again they have a right to do. The problem is that they were not transparent with that, and they were not respectful of our rights to be able to have enough time to prepare. It's like they know they have leverage. They know that the event is a massive event, and they know that we all want to be there. And so using that leverage, they use it in a way that was unfair to us. So I'm just giving you the facts before you give an opinion on it, Matthew. And so we did not know, we did not get despite our consistent effort since February to kind of get an idea of what we were looking at. We didn't know until yesterday afternoon. Later on, we would receive a letter telling us what they wanted from us, which they're asking for $2,500 for us to have a right to cover to buy the stream that they will be doing. So they're not allowing you to do the streaming. You buy the stream, and at $2,500, we have had a very short period, and we have a short period now where we can go to advertisers, and so we're in a bad situation. We don't have enough sponsorship commitments to cover the race for us. I'm being very transparent here. All that's involved, the internet drop that we need to get from the telecommunication company, a team of about 8 individuals, just the cost of having a team on a Easter weekend. We're looking at about $5,000 to $5,500. That's just the cost. So when they tell us that you're looking at $2,500 to do the race, it makes it very difficult for us, and so we don't know if we're going to do the race. We're going to try to see if something can be worked out. I'm being transparent to people understand that we are not here trying to be the news and be in the news. We're just we're very disappointed, and we're disappointed because we know we are not asking you to give us our credit. We will tell you what our credentials are. We have committed to sponsor and produce a cycling event for 36 years or 37 years. A couple of years we couldn't do the race because of COVID. But that alone gets us, gets us at the very least respect, and the fact that that is of no value when we are looking at this event. It's really a lot to swallow. And so right now I don't know. I can tell you, as I've told Palas, I spoke to him last night, we still are at a point where we have not even prepared. We have not put in to, like to say yes. If we just wanted to say get a stream, put it on, and like that is just something we do. We have this, Matthew. I don't know if right now I am not the last man standing insofar as continuity of broadcasting the cross-country event, period. Looking at over 3 decades of being out there on a Holy Saturday. And I think it's important when you're in any partnership to feel like somebody respects the value that you're bringing. And we don't feel that. That's the honest truth. We don't feel that, and it's unfortunate. Yeah, so I'm just giving you the facts, Matthew.
Yeah. All right. Let me start with this, Mose. Anybody else in the studio with you?
No, sir.
Okay. 10 years from now, 2036, what day will cross country fall on?
Holy Saturday.
Good. You know that. The Federation know that. 1 week or 1 month before any race is not the time to negotiate anything. Negotiation for cross country starts the day after cross country for the following year. Or for the following next 2 years, we sit down and we negotiate what we're going to do. But this falls back on them, not having a plan, not having anything. They're just going at the spur of the moment. Cross country, they come up with need for do something. No. There needs to be a plan. I've been singing for years. I agree that all the radio stations, because 30, 40 years ago, we only had 1, maybe 2 radio stations. Now we have a bunch. Everybody can't be out there on the road. I understand that. But it is the onus is on the Federation to sit down with everybody and chart one way forward. We're gonna sell one of you guys You put your race out there, the value of your race, and one person do all the transmission and you sell the feeds and you get the rights and you pay the federation. That's what I believe could be done, and that has been done in other countries, and that's why I can't believe. The next thing was, and which is most important to me, I had to wait for when the cyclists never raise up. Because people are taking their images, put it out there on social media, and none of them get paid for it. Useless that anybody tell me that they people where they do anything, not they do anything for money. No, the world don't work so. You could read up what social media is. I don't know if the cyclists don't understand that their rights are being trampled on. Many years ago, Mose, when I used to live the Prince Street and I walk go to the Pastel Market, remember the ice cream man Dandy?
Mm-hmm.
There was a female tourist taking Dandy picture with the push ice cream cart, and Dandy run up to the lady and tell her, don't take my picture. Don't take my picture. I didn't give you authority to take my picture. And I want to know why. I said this lady just to take this man picture because yeah, amused by this man, but years gone after I realized why. No, you can't take my picture. I don't know what you're going to do with that. I don't know what you're going to do with my picture. You don't know for my country. You will take my picture and carry it somewhere. You go sell and make money off of my picture without my consent. And that's the way it happen right now. They need to wake up and understand. And I agree with what you're saying, that for the run one race in our federation for over 30 years without their help, because I know I've been part of it, Kremdo, 99% of the planning. What is left for the federation is just to organize the finish judges and the official for officiating the race. But Krem find all the prizes and do everything else. And I think today that's supposed to be the only race where have that kind of organization there. In the country, I could be wrong. I know others used to do race, but people stopped sponsoring. Another race like that was the one down south that the Tabani group used to sponsor. They used to do all of them report for the race there and you just show up and ride. And that, I know that not happen again.
Some have come and some have gone, but we are still here.
Right.
Yeah.
And I agree with you with that must have some kind of cloth. But again, no planning. And in their defense, so a little, you can't have one thing like this they run by only 2 or 3 people. And that has always been their problem. Only 2 or 3 people, they run one thing where they grow. It's just like one small business we started. One person, when they get bigger and bigger, they have to hire more people, right?
Mm.
And that's the way I see it happen right now with Federation. Only 2 or 3 people they run it. You can't do that. You need committees. They need committees to do anything here. You have to go a committee where they deal with this.
Yeah, it's probably a capacity. It's probably a capacity problem. I would have to. Yeah, it's very likely it's a capacity problem, and they have to build. They have to build capacity within the federation so that they are not completely overwhelmed. I think it's a part of it's definitely that they might not admit it, but it's just too much.
It is too much, Mose. Yeah, I had to watch it too long.
Yeah, because they had to recently they had to travel with the team, get the team out to perform. Like, I get it. Like, when we would try to reach them, they say, "Well, we're out of the country at the present moment." So,
yes, and that is wrong.
You know, so
that is wrong. They're not supposed to travel nowhere having one event like cross country coming up. They should be in Belize planning cross country. So there's someone else should be traveling with that team.
I think again, you choose how they do what they do, but I think it comes down to capacity, building internal capacity so that they can delegate. But you're absolutely right that it's not ideal. If it is now, we have entered this kind of more corporate approach I guess that's where we're at. It's been happening over the last 10 to 15 years that you need to say you have to do things in a way that respect your partners. So you have to be clear, and you have to know, okay, when we're sitting down to do this, we're not going to do it a couple days before you have the event, because that is just not fair to us. It's absolutely not fair. And besides not being fair, it doesn't produce optimal results, because there's no way that you can wait until today to try to figure out how you're going to do an event, and how best to delegate the limited resources that we all have. So I think it's important for them to really do a kind of analysis of this entire process. But we've got to say these things out to the public, because then if we are unable to do the race, we want them to understand that it's not because we do not have a sense of a tremendous sense of respect, and we you know that, like Palace was asking me yesterday if we're not going to do the Good Friday show. Like we did Good Friday show, we did preview shows already leading up to the cross country. Like if it's not, you can't question for commitment to this race. You just cannot do it. Like we have given all we could give with what we have. So we're gonna take that back, and feel like we're gonna get handled well. But so you go. So you're gonna be in town, or?
Mose, you know I can't say that to the air. Mose, where are you going?
But I get it.
I say I can't say that live.
You can't say it live. Send me a message, make I know then. And you can't trust everything we Bizet say, you know. Cause you know Bizet me tell me one time that the charge to come.
Well, I always the quarrel, you know, because the quarrel not stop. The quarrel will continue.
Big up the man.
Listen right now, you laugh.
Big up the man.
The quarrel will continue. We don't stop quarrel. We quarrel for then the whole long the charge.
You remember when the man get off a bike and get in the car? We say the only man who start on bike and end on mic.
Yes.
Hey, respect, Matthew. Good hearing, and if you're in town, give me a link. If not, still, you know.
I will, and I want to listen to Craig.
Respect.
Yes, I.
All right. It is cross country and the cross country week, so allow me for just give on the attention. We still love it, whether we're on the Saturday or not. We still respect it and excited about it, and absolutely want to see our riders do the very best, and hopefully one of them wear the garland when it's all done. We're going to go to 2 Cents Cam, sponsored by 4th Point Security, and then we come back.
You're watching WUB, and this is XTV. Big up to our sponsors, 4 Point Security. And right now, we know that it's Easter season. So we're going around ask all kind of questions for Easter. We're going to ask about crossbone. We're going to ask about the cost of fish. And we also go around to ask what you do on the Easter. So you know what? When you don't know Easter to come up, try again on the fish. Because you know the fisherman then go. They say fish going up. I don't know how every Easter fish go up. So you the one. We can't have a fisherman then get on the fish for this Easter early. What does it mean you get from the word Easter? Like what it mean to you? Don't tell me drink, travel and.
Well, I think the whole perspective of Easter changed.
All right.
Generally, it used to be like a more family-oriented thing. People used to get together.
Yes.
I say, everybody, family would get together, go swim. No, we need to hear nothing about it.
Yeah.
Really, no. Only place we're excited are key. I don't know how there be a lot of problems.
So like how you grew up now, Easter mean a lot to you?
Well, I believe the whole perspective and the meaning that it changed, considering the whole point that Easter lead up with Lent.
And that come with it, yeah, that come as a all right.
Yes, and generally the whole perspective of it, I mean, more the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus. We changed the whole thing to a Easter bunny and all that wash it and on.
That you too, sir. It's you, mommy. As an adult now. What it means to you now as an adult? Kind of when I'm young, you get Easter egg, Easter basket, boom, boom, boom.
And Easter no means nothing to me, but my child,
Okay. What is special for your child and for make it? Make them enjoy Easter.
Well, get the gift, make them enjoy themselves for the Easter.
Okay.
And then go swim or so.
Okay.
Well, for me a single man, you know, so I mean, I really worry about no.
Yeah.
I don't really worry about Easter like that, you know, but once I got my Easter bunny, I'm egg near straight.
Yeah, alright.
We did for Easter, don't long time.
So you don't have a lot of swimsuit?
Oh, yes, man. Of course. Haul out the pool, haul out the swimsuit, make sure the kids they get an Easter basket, they egg everything I will enjoy.
That is it.
I'm not plan right now, to be honest. Working freestyle. Freestyle. Just relax and chill out home.
That you're too saying, it is what it is.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hyde and Abet and Brothers Abet, we've always proudly celebrated Women's Month. This year, we celebrate women keeping the balance at home, at work, and in their communities. That's why all March long, all women receive 15% off store-wide, from paints to plumbing and everything in between. Plus, 20 to 65% off lots more deals on sale and clearance. With trusted experience, top quality products, and service that's second to none, we're here to support women every step of the way. Visit or call us today. Happy Women's Month from all of us at Hyde and Abet and Brothers Abet, doing our part to balance the scales.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Cause me want my smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
Tired of appliances that just don't last? Appliances that just can't keep up? It's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality, choose reliability, choose GE.
Is an effort to catalog and digitize more than 30 years of Carol and Richard Foster's extraordinary wildlife footage, a visual record of Belize's wild heart that has been shared with the world through platforms like BBC and National Geographic. This exhibition brings that work to life through new short wildlife films that Carol has been working on over the past few months. Curated photographs that capture the iconic Foster perspective, and hundreds of archival recordings that are now being preserved and made accessible for the first time.
But while 501 is more than just an exhibition or a gallery of pretty pictures, it is a living, breathing archive. It is a monumental effort to catalog, digitize, and preserve a cinematic history that belongs to all of us. The Fosters didn't just come here to film Belize. They chose to be Belize. They made this wild landscape their home and their life's mission. As award-winning filmmakers for giants like the BBC and National Geographic, they acted as our global ambassadors.
I knew I had to do something, and I wanted to do something, and I was looking through all my slides and looking through all. I've been doing this for like more than a year, trying to get everything in, from past to present to future. I know that was my intentions of giving back to Belize.
Your kitchen light there and you been in the kitchen.
But I'm going back in there right now.
And the coffee maker?
Just to try keep my coffee warm for later.
What do you do now?
I'll try to think more to eat.
You know the more you open or close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool.
Uh-huh.
For a hot day like today, it burn more energy. You charge your phone right now? No. Plug it out then. You really only wash 2 Lee socks and 1 Lee shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads?
But this is my favorite shirt.
You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC they blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house and make some fresh breeze come in.
You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
Get your body sculpted with gym equipment and accessories from Benny's. Quality and savings.
A time to reflect, revive, and renew. Your Belize City Council invites you to an unforgettable free 2-day Holy Week revival concert. Backed by powerful demand, the return of award-winning songwriter and worship leader, Sinach. Live in concert, bringing healing, hope, and encouragement through worship. Join us Tuesday, March 31st, 2026 and Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at DigiPark on Newtown Barracks. And that's not all. Joining us for the first time is award-winning Christian reggae band Christafari. Also featuring powerful performances from our local gospel ministries and more. Dunamis Worship, Centro Visión Misionero, Kings Park Church of the Nazarene Worship Team, Life Music from Life Church, Heavenlies, Wabagari Dance Group, and Alexander Evans on steel pan. Special thanks to all our partners whose support helps make this revival possible. So, bring your entire family and experience this powerful 2-day Holy Week revival concert in Belize City. Tuesday, March 31st and Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 at DigiPark on Newtown Barracks. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
All right, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose Hyde in the house here on this Wednesday morning. It's Easter week Wednesday. Wednesday don't get no special title. You got Holy Thursday. I don't know what is Wednesday. Wednesday is just what, regular Wednesday. I have with me Festival Palace Joseph. He's been doing these short segments promoting the cross country event that's coming up on Saturday. We do it whether or not they got love for real, or we are there. We still there with it, right? Fitzgerald, Palace, Joseph, the cycling great, and right now one of the premier pundits in the whole country when it comes to cycling. Palace, talk to me.
Yeah, Mose, morning. morning for folks listening in the entire world. And we're back at it again in 96 running at the World Saturday Cross Country Classics. Classic is this Saturday, starts at 6. The quarter 6 is start from BTL Park, BTL Park out to Beaton Road, double ups, South American Boulevard, and going bus by Lester's Imports. And the race is on to El Cayo and back to BTL Park again. It promises to be a great race, Mose and folks. We have enough foreigners here to make the Belizean people get a headache. Last time I show, I did on the point that it don't really matter, Mose. It matters to some, but if you get mature into cycling, if our guys put in the best work possible and they lose, then I could go with that. If they ride not too bright and they lose, we could point out to them that we think they ride on like a knucklehead race.
Yeah,
the race with the competition, I think we don't have, and me, I don't have no gripes with our guys, and I go at my Easter break wherever I go, and I'm like, hold up like that, or riders did a great race. I go up by the race before the race done, Mose, and tell us if we ride a good race, story done.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I get that. We're not there for crucify riders. We understand the maths. At the same time, it's important to establish that the results have to matter to us. If we do not care about whether we have won, then the race is no longer what it is. It will be diminished if we are okay with whoever wins. So you cycling Puritans better learn to accept that to have the race be as significant as it is to the mass of Belizeans, many of who are not exactly hardcore cycling fans, the reason it matters is because it's the race that brings out a lot of our patriotism. So uno have to cope with that, not try to kill that. Good. Moving on. Talking about the teams that, you know, at the end of the day, another thing that we have kind of taken a long time for accept is that it is a race based on teamwork. I think it's one of our weakest areas. We do not understand the dynamics, the strategies about what teams are supposed to do situationally. An opposing team, a legitimate threat, establishes a lead, in the first chapter of the race. What do we do? When do we chase? Who chases? And it must be, we don't operate like that. We still find ourselves situationally when something happens unfavorable within the race. We are uncertain at the level of team strategy as how to respond, when to respond, what the response should be. Do we just simply ensure that the lead doesn't balloon, which I think is a fundamental requirement that I see is often ignored? We allow leads to get too big too early. What are your thoughts? And tell me about the teams that will be out there on Saturday.
Well, I think this year, I think our riders have improved a lot and teams have improved a lot as well. So I don't think you can see a situation where 3 man walk away from we have got 7 minutes. Then that won't happen again. The teams are mature enough that they would allow, because the level of riders that will come, everybody now catch a break, so someone will miss a break. So if a Mexican team miss a break, or if a Guatemalan team miss a break, or if Legion miss a break, they will ensure that their domestics are there to bring back the break quicker, because of the level of riders that will come in this year's cross country. You cannot allow them to go that distance way, because they're in parallel with you.
Palace, make we call us. Palace.
If me and you move the same point, we not allow it.
Palace, call and speed. Very often we find ourselves in a situation where we are waiting and depending on a rider like John DeLong to start his madman chase, and then we try to catch that. We try to catch that caravan going, but we find ourselves generally looking for that kind of limousine service back into contention. That is not the way.
That's the background you double no Mose. The last couple cross country, the last Classic, that not happen. Jan Lang make him move earlier. No, Jan Lang not the rider with a back. The wait till coming back.
Is he in the race? I saw his name. Only him and Beans, the older guy, only two. I say Sky Link or whatever. But I'm saying that the top riders are riding better now. That if you have break going 15 men. Is the Honduran who won the cross country lining up?
I don't see him, but I don't see him.
Okay.
I don't see Luis Lopez.
So Luis Lopez might not be in there.
Yeah, I don't see it so far, but it's a bonito tongue. Man show Palace Good Friday, okay?
So tell me about the teams. Tell me about the premier teams, because teams come and they go. So tell me about. We know that you got G Flow.
You got G Flow. Feel about. There are about four riders. G Flow is at the powerhouse that it was. If you notice, three top riders left G Flow. Chorrea left, went to China. And Jaden Beseno and Jaiven left and went to Legion. So G Flow is not the G Flow that we knew.
Who will Chorrea be riding with? Who will Derek be riding?
That's it, Chorrea rides for Chairman of China, and he has had a contract, so he can't have a team of a ride for nobody else. So it didn't look like he might have a ride in his team jersey. And then if he does, that might happen, because I don't think he was allowed. He's supposed to want to bring two a teammate. He would have been afforded that opportunity, but I'm not sure if they allow him, because we have the car ride list and the list. The list they come out, don't they list where they invite now, where they accept. You also got a list where most of it no say. They'll have to cross country. You got the car ride list. So his teammate might fall on that car ride list. So Chorrea find himself in a predicament, because if he rides by himself, cycling is a team sport right now, so who will go for Chorrea? I was saying last night, who will go for Chorrea water bottle, his nutrients for him? Who will assist him if he gets in a little dilemma, a little mishap here and there? If he gets a flat, who goes back to him to help him come back? So when you're riding in this level of cycling that is here, and you miss the break, like he missed the break Classic, he couldn't get back, because he don't have a team. That is Chorrea downfall right now. Well, downfall. That is shortcoming that he will have in this year's cross country, because he will have to ride on the top riders there and hope and pray to God that I know that any mishap where cars have to chase something.
Yeah, so he might be unsupported, but we're not sure.
Yeah, we're not sure if he can help. We're not sure if he can help.
All right.
So that'll be his predicament. As good as he is, because he's in great condition as well.
What's the strongest team out there?
The strongest team might be look like Legion of Los Angeles, where I got the two William brothers, Jaiven, Jaden Beseno, and they might be tagged by three fight imports, including the defending champion Jim Brown. So that might be one of the strongest. It might be the strongest. It might be one of it, because when you talk about the Mexican Canels team, they are very great riders. Prado and the guy Jimenez rode Classic. They're anchored by one more rider. So they have three riders. That's Canel Java, and then you have the other team that rode in the rumbling in the tropics and in the Alfred Parks. The guy Kiros is a great rider. He also have a three-man team that will anchor him as well in this cross country.
And
here and there, you're getting one where they bring one man, 2 man, that they might have watched too, because when Luis Lopez came, he came by himself. So Luis Lopez now win because he did by himself, but when you get a bad brother ride by himself, I know no miss up, you have to look by him, and he still go in.
But he had what you would call clandestine alliances, no, hidden alliances. But anyway, the Belizean teams, the most powerful Belizean team right now, like
Anthony Mala, the Alliance will be the strongest Belizean team. We have Byron Pope, Tariq Flores, Fernando Rosado. Both Fernando and Tariq just came up from Colombia as well. And they did a good. When I was telling people, Mose, the 6 riders that participated in that race in Colombia the race was 121 miles and average 28.5 miles an hour. Now you drop them back, I believe we are racing average 24.5 miles an hour. If they are doing everything that they are doing, they should be around Mose. If I run a race, Mose, if I go stand and run a race average 28 miles an hour and I drop me back to Belize or Dambriga and race average 21 miles an hour, I can't let me go. I just go on higher.
Yeah.
So those Belize drivers, those 6, you get a nice run in that Pan American Championship in Coloma, and that will set them perfectly for a cross country.
All right. Any other team you're looking at?
You got the small team who has got PMA with Sean Cad, we just win the Balaban Classic, but we got that one-man team. Sean Cad is by himself. Sean Cad is by himself. And they got that Oscar Quiros team is not right. Well, Oscar Quiros is not riding here, and Leon Leslie unfortunately had that crash. He went back in February, hasn't recovered, haven't ridden any race since then, and so he have one or two other riders weight. The guy wait and stuff, but they don't have any firepower per se. So you're gonna tell 2-2, 1 man, but they don't really have no firepower at that. The race are come between Legion, Anthony Mala, and then the rest are foreigners. That's where the race are.
Anybody from our country race that believes enough for we?
The whole course last year, the whole so to bring out 2 more too. Yeah, they like win piece a week and then they try to get rid right now for tech people.
Any piece when they go hold?
Yes, man. They hold a piece and they try to put a pig or they try to go a sheep or a duck, you know. And I tell them, hold that right up because when I try to get this place, I want to establish a dung our farm here.
Make bad thing, make laugh. Anybody from the Caribbean?
Caribbean? No, I don't hear no Caribbean riders. The most Central America and that's where they look on.
All right.
I don't think they will allow they allow the first place that the Columbia race for ride. They might allow the 6th place and still the 6th place name on the list.
Okay. They are the people where
yeah,
people are all right. Palas, give thanks. Your top 10 Belizeans, your weight, where do you put that out yet or no? Where,
I don't get any putting in the book, but only if I want to do it today, maybe.
No, I know the other morning, so you better do it now.
Alright, so Mike top 10 Belizean, hopefully no specific order will be Javin Gonzalez, Chavaria, Derek Chavaria, Jalen Briseño, Justin Williams, Corey Williams, Tabik Flowers, Fernando Rosado, Sean Cad, Giovanni Lovell. That are 9, I think I got there. One man shot. One next single man too. So I can say single man.
Now your list, you know, Palas. You can't ask me. I don't know what your list.
Yeah, I think that either 9 or 10. I said I'm not sure, but then I had I got 4 Legion with a 2 William brothers, Jaiven, Jalen Briseño. I got 2 DJ Mala, Fernando Rosado, and Tariq Flowers. That's 6.
Derek Chavaria, 7.
Derek Chavaria, 7. Giovanni Lovell, 8. Sean Cad, 9. And I got leave it from. I got 2 G Flowers because we normally separate. So I got 9 and 2 11. I normally separate the William brothers from the list. So 9 and then the 2 11. So I got 2 men from G Flow because they're riding the best right now as well. I got 3 riders for I got been consistently in the top 10 in the races in Belize. I told him I think he should be a domestic for the younger guys by now because he's turning 36 and stuff. So I got 3 Mala, 4 Alliance, 2 G Flow, Charea and Lovell and Sean Cad.
I don't know if I agree with you if you look for put him by one out to pastures and Dominique as on domestic.
He to me, I think his time has passed for him to back that mantle. So if you use the whole mantle, and you the whole of the mantle, and when the waist down, the mantle is called 25 or 26. I don't think so. You throw the mantle forward when you man are ready for goal of you. You say whole.
The opinions expressed by the guest on the phone do not necessarily reflect the opinions or the management of Prem Radio or XTV or the host of the show. Balas, have yourself hopefully things work out.
Okay, we can suppose we still don't know if you're going.
We don't know. We don't have a big question mark.
Only Thursday tomorrow, we don't know if you're going. Why, that's a shame.
History. My brother, give thanks for work it out. And I hope that we have kind of gotten our listeners and viewers up to date, and they're ready now to enjoy cross country. They know who the principals are, at least most of them. There will be, as always, some mystery guests who will come at the 11th hour, like Cinderella. We have to watch out for them.
Yeah, we got to.
My brother, give thanks. Respect. We'll break, we come back. We've got guests lined up for this main hour of the show. WB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. We'll be right back.
Your time is valuable. That's why SARA is coming. A modern revenue authority built to make managing your taxes simpler, faster, and more convenient than ever before. With SARA, you can expect improved services, from quicker responses to queries to faster processing of your tax refunds. No long waits. Filing or paying your taxes? With SARA, you'll be able to do it securely online at any time from anywhere, thanks to us placing a greater focus on digital convenience and secure digital records. The SARA will also commit to consistent and fair application of tax laws via a risk-based audit and compliance strategy and increased data-driven reforms. With SARA, most of your tax business will be handled online, saving you time to focus on what matters most: your business, your family, your life. And if you need in-person help, SARA will still have staff ready to assist you at all satellite offices countrywide. SARA, tax services made simpler, faster, and more convenient for you.
Hola, soy el Dr. Rosado, pediatra. Hoy quiero hablar con los padres sobre rotavirus y cómo podemos proteger a nuestros hijos. El rotavirus es un virus que causa diarrea severa y vómitos, especialmente en niños pequeños. Esto puede provocar deshidratación grave y requerir hasta hospitalización si no se trata a tiempo. La buena noticia es que diarrea por rotavirus se puede prevenir con vacunas. La vacuna es segura, efectiva y ahora está disponible en su centro de salud más cercana. Se administra en gotas por vía oral a los 2, 4 y 6 meses de edad. Proteja a su hijo contra la diarrea severa. Visite su clínica más cercana.
Is an effort to catalog and digitize more than 30 years of Carol and Richard Foster's extraordinary wildlife footage, a visual record of Belize's wild heart that has been shared with the world through platforms like BBC and National